Hello. Good evening, good morning if you're watching the replay. Good afternoon. I am here on tonight after having an amazing time serving as the MC of the National Association of Women Business Owners, also known as NABO DFW's induction gala and ceremony on tonight. And if this is your first time watching me live, let me go ahead and tell you, look, there's a light. I have two lights. One light is flickering and the other light is staying on. And the light that is flickering is working my nerve. So let me go ahead and fix that light. And then I'm going to come back here. As you can see, this is live, like for real, for real. So I'll be right back. We're going to talk about the power of proximity. But this light flickering on and off like that is working my nerve. Doesn't have to be perfect. It needs to be working right. All right. Let's see. All right, so tonight we are going to speak about the power of proximity. The power of proximity. Why am I going live about this? Well, I'm going live about this because as I coach clients, as I mentor agents in the insurance field, as I work with other business owners, and as they get to know more about what I do, they sometimes ask me, Terry, how is it that you do X, Y, and Z? How is it that you get people to trust you with their money? How is it that you get people to trust you with their life savings? Like, I just don't understand. Like, when you do the financial needs analysis and when you're helping your clients protect their money from stock market losses, like, they have to give you all this information. How do you get them to give you all this information? And the truth of the matter is, it all boils down to trust. It all boils down to trust. Okay, trust. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this at the bottom just in case, because we are going to talk about the conference, but some of you may be interested in some other things before we even get to October. So if you are not just looking and you're interested to book a time with me, go ahead and go to the link that is going across the bottom of the screen. How is it that I get people to trust me in a short amount of time? Well, part of my secret is the secret of proximity. The power of proximity. If this is your first time watching me live, my name is Terry Alford. I am known as the Women's Wealth Strategist, and I specialize in helping business owners and working professionals retire wealthy, attract abundance, build wealth, and live, lead, and leave a multi-million-dollar legacy. I cannot say it enough times. It is the power of proximity. What does that mean? Why do you keep saying power of proximity? Well, the reason I'm saying power of proximity is because sometimes in order for you to go to your next level, you need to be around next level people. Scratch that sometimes. All the time. If you want to go next level in your life, if you want to go next level in your relationship, if you want to go next level in your business, if you want to go next level in your finances, if you want to go next level in how you live, you need to be around next level people. And next level people are going to help you shift your mindset, your money, and your movement. Now, I didn't say get around perfect people, because I don't believe there's a such thing as perfect people, right? I even went to a church recently, and their motto was, if you're perfect, like, this is not the church for perfect people. I'm not talking about perfect people, but I'm saying being intentional about being around people that are going to help you grow in the area that you want to grow in. So let's say, for example, you're like, you know what, I need to have a stronger spiritual life in 2025. It's a lot going on. I need to be around stronger spiritually minded people. Then that's what you need to do. Let's say, for example, if you're trying to lose weight, and you want to be fit, you want to be around people who are fit. You want to see their habits. You want to hear their conversations. You want to see their routines. Like, are they getting up at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym? Is that something normal? Or are you around people who are like, girl, I never get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym, right? It's about the company that you keep. The company you keep is either keeping you from going to your next level, or they are going to help you get to your next level. The company you keep is going to keep you stagnant, right? Or they're going to help you get to your next level. See, on tonight, I was in a room, and it was an amazing room. I was in a room with some people that I knew, and I was in the room with some people I didn't know. I was in the room with some people I've been watching, and I was in the room with some people who've been watching me. I was in the room with sponsors, leaders, movers, and shakers. I was also in the room with beginners too. But guess what? In order for us to be able to reach our own individual goals, whether we are working for corporate or we're working for ourselves as entrepreneurs, we must have trust. And trust is built through proximity, and it's also built through consistency. See, with me being a woman in finance, I am smart enough to know that 90% of my client need to see me more than one time before they trust me with their money. They need to see me more than one time before they trust me with their referrals. They need to see me more than one time before they trust me with their knowledge. They trust me with their friends. They trust me with their recommendations. They trust me with their sponsorship. They need to see me more than one time. If they're just seeing me for the first time, they're going to watch me. I was interviewing Dr. Lamar Quinn last week, and we joked, but it's true. Like, I reached out to him. We were part of an organization together some years ago, and I reached out to him, and he was like, "Oh, okay. I'll take a look at your plans. I'll take a look at what you got." But he watched me for a whole year before he even decided to do business with me, because he had to watch me. But the thing is, when you are in proximity with the right people, it strengthens the like, know, and trust factor, and it accelerates it, right? Because good people hanging out with other good people is going to make other good people be able to say, "Oh, I trust these people because these good people to do business with." Birds of a feather flock together. So if you want to be wealthy, you want to do as the wealthy do. If you're always hanging around people with broke mindset, broke language, broke habits, 9 times out of 10, even if you make a multiple six figures, you still gonna end up broke because you are like the people that you hang around. You're going to rub off on them, or they're going to rub off on you. But I'm going to tell you, if it's more of them than it is of you, they're going to have a negative impact on you when you're supposed to be having a positive impact on them. That's why I say the power of proximity. It's a very, very powerful thing. You can be so close to someone to where, because of your relationship with them, the person that they're close to automatically trusts you. I have a client that I got in April. As soon as I got back from Dubai, I have not met this man in person. I've only met this man one time on my Zoom. But whenever I met with him, and he was on my calendar, I didn't even know who he was. I didn't know who he was. I looked and I said, let's see who this is, right? And so this was on a Saturday. And I'll never forget, it was the only appointment I had on that Saturday. I was like, this is probably somebody playing on my calendar. I've never seen this name. Who is this? I didn't see any notes or any of that. So I opened up my calendar. I prepared for the Zoom call. I was like, well, we're going to have a Retire Wealthy consultation and see what happens. And lo and behold, he was referred to me by a mentor and friend. And because he was referred to me and they had already did the selling for me, when I got on the Zoom with him, he was already sold. He already knew what he wanted to do. He was like, here is what I have. Here's what I have. This is what I want you to do with it. Because of the power of proximity. The power of proximity. Even the Bible says that you should have a good reputation. A good reputation is worth so much more than rubies and diamonds and pearls and Bugattis and Maseratis and all of that. It's worth so much more. It is worth so much more. A good reputation is going to take you very, very far. And a bad reputation is going to mess you up. Okay. So the power of proximity, when you are in the right room with the right people and they keep seeing you, they're eventually, even if they don't say nothing to you the first time, they're eventually going to say, you know what? I want to know more about you. Or they're eventually going to start paying attention to the point where whenever someone needs something that you offer, you're going to be the first person that comes to mind. You're going to be top of mind, tip of tongue. You see, the opportunity to serve as the MC on tonight was an opportunity that I am very proud of and I'm very thankful for. But guess what? I didn't ask for it. I don't want y'all to miss this. I didn't ask for it. I didn't pitch myself to be the MC. I didn't send an email. I didn't send a speaker deck. I didn't do any of that. I was like they sought me out. I got a phone call because somebody said Terry will be good for this role. You should call Terry. And then another person co-signed and said, yeah, Terry. And then a couple of people that was in the room who didn't even know who I was, they looked me up and said, yeah, let's ask her to be the MC. Let's ask her to be the mistress of ceremony. Power of proximity. Another reason that you want to pay attention to the people that you're around in the rooms that you frequent is because it's going to help you be able to have a greater understanding of how to grow as a leader and how to lead people. See, when you're in a room with a lot of leaders, you're going to start thinking even more like a leader. You're going to have conversations that leaders have. Right? And so when you're in the room and let's say someone has a question about their team or maybe a teammate that is not moving the way that they want to, or maybe they don't have the relationship that they want to have, like that space is a safe space where those other leaders are able to give them advice. It almost works like a mastermind. Like, side note, this is a lot of people out here talking about they got masterminds, and it's really not a mastermind, it's just coach program. But anyway, a mastermind is when you get these experts together and collaboratively you give your resources, you give your expertise, you give your thoughts, you give your ideas, and everybody is able to contribute and everybody's able to walk away full. This is a space in which you don't have to walk away empty. See, when you're in a room with movers and shakers and leaders, they give, they pour. They give, they teach, they pour. They give, they teach, they mentor. They give, they teach, they pour, they mentor. They teach, they preach. And sometimes they do it to the point to where they're almost empty. But when they're in a room with other leaders, movers, shakers, then they get refueled. That's the place where you can get refueled. That's the place where you can get reignited with your passion. Reunited with your passion because you've been reignited. Yeah. Power of proximity. Y'all, it fuels my fire to go to conferences. It fuels my fire to go to retreats. Like, that's my jam. I have a lot of intrinsic motivation. I don't need people to motivate me to do things. Like, if I want to do it, I'm going to do it. And I've been that way since I was a little girl. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. If I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. You don't have to motivate me to do it. And because you don't have to motivate me to do it, I'm good. However, when I'm in the room with other people who do motivate me on top of the motivation that I already have, I'm ready to run on and see what the end is going to be. I am able to eliminate distractions even more strategically because I'm around other people who are doing it too, who have done it too. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Are y'all getting this? I'm not really seeing comments here. Oh, Stacy, I see Stacy. I see something now. Hi, Stacy. Oh, cousin Samuel said, come on now, power of proximity. Top of mind, tip of tongue. This is the space where you don't leave empty. Come on, listen. Is that what I said, cousin? I think I did. Reunited with passion. Yeah, reunited with passion plus reignited. Thank you. You just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying it as you typing it. I'm like, oh, that's good. That is good. But I'm serious. You want to be top of mind. and tip of tongue so that you do not leave empty. Power of proximity. See, who you attach yourself to is very important, because the people that you attach yourself to can unlock your next level of abundance. The people you decide not to attach yourself to can protect your abundance. We had a lady speak tonight. Our keynote was from Miss Demi Austin. Let me tell you what she said. This queen said, you have to protect your fire. That's what she said. You have to protect your fire. And so when you're protecting your fire, that does mean you're protecting your time, you're protecting your energy, you're protecting your aura, but you really got to protect your fire, because everybody can't handle your fire. I was on the elevator getting ready to go to my garage, and I saw a lady. I don't know her name. I didn't even get her name, but she had on a beautiful champagne dress. And she was like, Terry, your dress is very pretty and you did a really great job on tonight. I was like, thank you. I was like, I'm like this all the time. And then I bust out laughing because I'm goofy sometimes. I was like, thank you. I'm like this all the time. Right? And I said, you know what? But I love being in spaces like this where I can just show up and be my authentic self. I can be my real self. I don't have to pretend to be anybody else. I don't have to feel uncomfortable in my skin, because I'm in a space where I can be all the way me. I can be corny me. I can be quirky me. I can be nerdy me. I can be preachy me. I can be teaching me. I can be churchy me. I can be silly me. I can be intellectually me. I can be me in rooms like that. And not only am I welcome in those rooms, but I'm celebrated in those rooms. And when I'm celebrated in rooms like that, it gives me a boost of confidence. And you know what a boost of confidence will do for you in your business? It will help you be able to attract more abundance. You're going to sell more when you have more confidence. You're going to show up more when you have more confidence. You're going to impact more people when you have more confidence. You are not going to let the enemy come and kill, steal, or destroy things when you got more confidence, because you're going to be reminded who you are. You're going to be reminded of who you are, whose you are, and who you are not. So when you are deciding where to go, where not to go, who to have around, who not to have around, guess what? There's power in proximity. And because there's power in proximity, I'm going to extend a special invitation on tonight. Okay, even if you're watching a replay, it'll be in the morning. But I'm going to give you a special invitation. And the invitation is to an experience that you really need to be a part of. I'm going to be honest. If you are ready for your next level and you're like, Terry, I hear what you're saying, but how do you do it? There are some things that you do that you have a magnetic pull. And I want to learn how to do that. You have a confidence and you have a boldness in which you're able to speak and people move. You're not a manager, you're a leader. I want to learn how to do that. I've seen you grow, Terry, from being an employee to being an employer. I've seen you build your business without buying leads. I want to know how to do that. I am going to teach you this at the Attract Abundance Conference. I'm going to help you with your mindset, your money, and your movement so that you can attract abundance and retire wealthy. If you think this free content is good, you can only imagine what it's going to be like when you're in my class for real. Okay, when you're in my class for real. Because in order for me to get to this space, I had to change the rooms that I was in. I couldn't stay with the same people. I couldn't keep running with the same people. I couldn't keep having the same conversations with the same people. I had to say, you know what, these people are on my chicken list, and I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get as close to them as possible, because I want to hear the conversations. I want to see how they think. I want to see how they solve problems. I want to hear the human side of them, because it's going to help me become the best version of myself. There is power in proximity. If you are a leader and you are watching this, I am going to encourage you to spend more time with your people that you are leading. I have an agency and I've been spending more time with some of my agents, and I've noticed that as I spend more time with them, one, I already knew they were pretty incredible, but two, some of them have been going through like some really tough stuff. And so I may have thought in my mind, oh, they don't want to hit these goals like they said they wanted to hit, when it's really not that. It's really not that. When you spend more time with people, you're able to have more empathy. You're able to have better understanding. And then you can move based on logic and data instead of acting out of your emotions. See, one thing I've noticed is when I'm in a room with highly successful people and people who have high net worths, they're very emotionally intelligent, or at least from what I can see. Because I can't see, I can't see them being less than that. They don't let you see that. They don't get out of character, they don't get out of line. And I have learned how to let things roll off my shoulder. I've learned how to decide, is this a hill I'm gonna die on or not? That's not a hill I'm gonna die on. I'm gonna move on. I've learned that from watching how highly successful, high income earners move and shake in certain situations. But you know how you understand how they move and shake during certain situations? You got to get close to them. You got to get close to them. The last thing I'm going to go back to is when you are close to certain people who have an anointing, who have gifts, who have human capital, who have human resources, guess what? It can unlock your overflow. I was speaking to the women who've already committed to coming to the Attract Abundance Conference. On Monday night, we had our Attract Abundance intensives. And one of the women that was on our training, she got off the call and she made 2 sales in less than 24 hours because she was in that space. She was in that energy of people who were like, we're going to accelerate the rate at which we attract abundance now. We're not going to talk about what we're going to do next year. We're not going to talk about what we're going to do over the next 6 months. We are going to accelerate the rate at which we attract abundance right now. Because the person that we're designed to be, we need to get in alignment with her right now and show up as her. And we did an activity on Monday night. And then on Tuesday, she turned around and closed 2 sales in less than 24 hours. That's what happens when you're in proximity to the right people. There are people that have been in proximity and been close to me and have gotten all types of overflow and abundance because how they have been a blessing to me. People are like, oh, you work with so-and-so, you work with so-and-so, you did this, you did that. Oh, yeah. I need you too. I need you too. I want to work with you too. Even in the room I was in tonight, there was an opportunity I did not ask for. Before I left that room, I already had 2 people that were like, I need you to speak at my event. I attracted abundance in that room. But that was a room that I didn't have to fill. That was a room in which I did have some people there. Shout out to the people that were there to support me. And shout out T and shout out Amber and shout out Dr. Lamar. But guess what? I didn't have to fill that room because that room was filled with people who knew people. People invited their people, invited their people, invited their people. And then after the ceremony, everybody had an opportunity to organically connect. Oh, girl, I like your dress. Oh, I love your shoes. Where you get your shoes from? What type of business do you have? So you are going to hear people say, get outside, network. You got to do a little bit more than that. You got to get in the room where it happens. You want to be close to the people that are doing the things that you are afraid to do. So if you are afraid to invest in real estate, get around people, but you want to, get around people who invest in real estate. If you want to travel 7 countries in the next 7 years, but you've never gone out of the country, get around people who travel out of the country every quarter. It's going to become more normal to you. The company you keep is important, and there is power in proximity. I hope this has been beneficial for you. If it has been, tell me in the comments. You can send me a DM. And I want to encourage you all to get your ticket to the Attract Abundance Conference. It's going to be in October the 24th through the 26th in Frisco, Texas. In Frisco, Texas. The tickets are going to increase on August 1st. Technically, it's like July 31st, 11:59 p.m. So go ahead and get your tickets right now. And we are not selling vendor tables. This is not going to be a conference where you got all these vendor tables. We will have vendor tables for our sponsors. And if you are interested in showcasing your business at the gala on the screen, on the big screen, or if you want your ad for your business to be in our book, then you can go to attractabundanceconference.com. And up until June 30th, you can use the code birthday35, because on Saturday I turned 35. All capital letters, birthday 35 is going to give you $35 off. Let's see. Stacy said, authenticity is a real superpower. It is a real superpower. We talked about that tonight too. We did. Keep flowing in the Holy Ghost. I'm going to run on and see what the end is going to be. Listen, I say that all the time. I'm getting back to my post. You should be the keynote next time. Look, I'm just saying. If people need keynotes, I'll do a keynote. I'm going to be as authentic and as real and as raw as can be. But I'm excited to be able to do that because I go into spaces where I am celebrated and I am able to be my full self. Right? And that's what you want to do. You want to find your people. You want to find your tribe. And you want to get your ticket to the Attract Abundance Conference. And it's going to be in Dallas, Texas, Frisco, Texas, one of the wealthiest cities in the country. My name is Terry Alford. I'm known as the Women's Wealth Strategist, and I specialize in helping business owners and professionals attract abundance and retire wealthy. You can always send me a DM if you got questions or if you need to schedule a one-on-one call. Have a great night. Adios, and have an abundant rest of the week. See you later.